Welcome to Ladder Up English, your home for inspiring book summaries that lift your mindset and upgrade your life, step by step. If you're someone who's hungry to grow, to succeed, and to rise, you're in the right place. Our mission is simple: to bring you the world's most powerful ideas in clear, simple English that inspires action. We believe that the right book, at the right moment, can completely transform your life. That's why we carefully select life-changing books and distill their wisdom into summaries that are both practical and emotionally moving. Today, we're diving into Robin Sharma's masterpiece, The Greatness Guide, a book that has helped millions of people across the globe step into their highest potential and create extraordinary lives. Let's begin this journey together. Hook and introduction. Have you ever wondered what separates truly exceptional people from everyone else? Is it talent, intelligence, luck? Or is there something deeper, a set of principles that anyone can learn and apply to create extraordinary results in their work and life? Robin Sharma, the world-renowned leadership expert and author of the international bestseller The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, has spent over 20 years studying the habits, mindsets, and practices of the world's top performers. From Fortune 500 CEOs to elite athletes, from brilliant entrepreneurs to revered artists, he's discovered the common threads that connect all forms of greatness. In The Greatness Guide, Sharma doesn't just tell us about these principles. He gives us 101 bite-sized, powerful lessons that we can immediately apply to transform our lives. This isn't a traditional story with a beginning, middle, and end. Instead, it's like having a personal coach in your pocket, ready to deliver the exact wisdom you need, exactly when you need it. What makes this book special is its practical, no-nonsense approach. Each chapter is short, direct, and packed with actionable insights. Whether you're a student seeking direction, a professional aiming for the next level, an entrepreneur building something meaningful, or simply someone who refuses to settle for mediocrity, The Greatness Guide offers a clear path forward. The core message of the book is both simple and profound. Greatness isn't reserved for a special few. It's available to anyone willing to live by certain principles and make certain choices each day. Greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about being excellent in the things that matter most. Let's explore the life-changing wisdom that has made this book a global phenomenon and discover how we can apply these lessons to create our own extraordinary lives. Core lessons from The Greatness Guide. 1. Own your greatness. At the heart of Sharma's philosophy is a bold declaration. You were born to be great. Not just good, not just above average, but truly exceptional in your own unique way. To be truly great, you need to first know that you can be, writes Sharma. This isn't about arrogance, it's about recognizing your innate potential and taking full responsibility for developing it. Many of us have been conditioned to play small. We've been taught that humility means downplaying our abilities and dreams. But as Sharma explains, real humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. True greatness begins with the courage to acknowledge your gifts and the commitment to express them fully. What would change in your life if you stopped doubting your potential and started owning it instead? Imagine approaching each day not as someone trying to get by, but as someone with unique talents and contributions to offer the world. Sharma challenges us to perform a simple but powerful exercise. Write down, "I am destined for greatness," on a card and read it every morning for 30 days. Notice how this small shift in thinking begins to change your actions, your energy, and ultimately, your results. Key takeaway: stop waiting for permission to be great. Your potential for excellence isn't determined by your background, education, or circumstances. It's determined by your willingness to own and develop the greatness already within you. 2. Early rising, deep work, and daily habits. One of the most impactful lessons in the Greatness Guide centers on the power of morning routines. Win the morning and you'll win the day, Sharma asserts. The author introduces what he calls the 5 a.m. Club, a practice of rising early to engage in self-development before the world awakens and starts making demands on your time and energy. In these precious morning hours, you can think clearly, plan intentionally, and connect with your deepest values. But it's not just about waking up early. It's about what you do with that time. Sharma recommends dividing the first hour of your day into 3 20-minute segments. 1. Move, exercise to energize your body. 2. Reflect, meditate, journal, or plan to clear your mind. 3. Grow, learn something new through reading or listening. This routine creates what Sharma calls holy hour, time that belongs only to you and your growth. By investing in yourself before investing in anything else, you ensure that your most precious resource, your attention, goes first to your most important asset, yourself. Throughout the day, Sharma advocates for periods of deep work, focused, uninterrupted time devoted to your most important tasks. In a world of constant distraction, the ability to concentrate deeply has become increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Your daily habits define your destiny, reminds Sharma. It's not the occasional heroic effort, but the small actions repeated daily that ultimately shape our lives. Excellence isn't an act, but a habit. Key takeaway: create a powerful morning routine that sets you up for success, and protect time each day for deep, focused work on what matters most. Remember that your daily habits, more than anything else, determine your future. 3. Be so good they can't ignore you. In a world full of self-promoters and social media influencers, Sharma takes a refreshingly different approach to standing out. Focus on becoming extraordinary at what you do. Don't waste time on marketing yourself until your offering is remarkable, he advises. True success comes not from clever branding, but from delivering exceptional value. When your work speaks for itself, you don't need to speak for your work. This principle applies whether you're a student, employee, entrepreneur, or artist. Instead of obsessing over how you're perceived, focus your energy on developing genuine excellence in your craft. Become so good at what you do that people can't help but notice. Sharma shares the story of a restaurant owner who was struggling to attract customers. Rather than spending more on advertising, Sharma advised him to make his food and service so extraordinary that customers couldn't stop talking about it. 6 months later, the restaurant had a line out the door, not because of marketing, but because the experience was genuinely remarkable. The path to being exceptional isn't complicated, but it does require commitment. Dedicate yourself to continuous learning in your field. Put in the hours of focused practice required for mastery. Seek out honest feedback and use it to improve. Study the best in your field and learn from their approaches. Constantly ask, how can I add more value? Key takeaway: don't chase recognition, chase excellence. When you become truly great at what you do, recognition will chase you. 4. Health is wealth. Take excellent care of the temple that houses your talent, writes Sharma. In the Greatness Guide, physical vitality isn't treated as separate from professional success. It's recognized as its foundation. Sharma shares how many high achievers neglect their health in pursuit of their goals, only to reach their destination depleted, burned out, or worse. True greatness, he argues, requires sustainable energy and a strong physical foundation. The book offers practical wisdom for building and maintaining peak health. Movement is non-negotiable. Even 20 minutes of daily exercise dramatically improves cognitive function, mood, and energy. Nutrition shapes performance. What you eat becomes your cells, tissues, and ultimately, your energy and thinking. Sleep is a performance enhancer. Far from being time off, sleep is when your brain consolidates learning and your body repairs itself. Stress management determines sustainability. Learning to recover and renew is just as important as learning to push and produce. Sharma tells the story of a CEO who transformed his company's results by first transforming his own health. By committing to regular exercise, clean nutrition, and adequate sleep, he doubled his energy and creative output, which directly translated to better leadership and business growth. Your business can only grow as much as you do, Sharma reminds us. When you invest in your physical well-being, you're not taking time away from your goals. You're building the foundation that makes achieving them possible. Key takeaway: treat your health as your most important business asset. The quality of your energy determines the quality of your work, relationships, and life experience. 5. Your environment shapes your energy. One of the most practical insights from the Greatness Guide is how profoundly our surroundings influence our performance and potential. Your environment is stronger than your willpower, Sharma writes. The spaces we occupy, the objects we interact with, and especially the people we spend time with, shape our thoughts, feelings, and actions in ways we often fail to recognize. Sharma encourages us to become environmental architects, deliberately designing our surroundings to support our highest aspirations rather than sabotaging them. This means clearing physical clutter. A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. Simplify your surroundings to improve focus and peace. Creating inspiration zones. Surround yourself with books, art, or objects that lift your thinking and remind you of your values. Curating information intake. Be as careful about what you feed your mind as what you feed your body. Choosing relationships wisely. Spend time with people who inspire and challenge you to rise. Sharma shares how one client transformed her productivity simply by redesigning her workspace. Another found new creative energy by changing his morning commute to include a walk through a beautiful park. These environmental shifts created ripple effects across their entire lives. Perhaps most importantly, Sharma emphasizes the critical importance of our social environment. You will become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, he warns. If you're serious about greatness, you must be intentional about surrounding yourself with people who pull you up, not those who pull you down. Key takeaway: don't underestimate how powerfully your environment affects your energy, focus, and possibilities. Create surroundings that make excellence the default rather than the exception. 6. Leadership begins with self-mastery. You cannot lead others until you've first learned to lead yourself, states Sharma. In the Greatness Guide, leadership isn't just for CEOs or those with fancy titles. It's for anyone who wants to make an impact. True leadership, according to Sharma, is about influence rather than authority. It's about inspiring others through your example rather than controlling them through your position. And this kind of authentic leadership always begins within. Self-leadership includes emotional mastery, learning to manage your internal state regardless of external circumstances, impeccable integrity, keeping promises to yourself and others even when it's difficult, personal accountability, taking full responsibility for your results without blame or excuses, vision clarity, knowing what you stand for and where you're heading, service orientation, focusing on contribution rather than acquisition. Sharma shares the story of a junior employee who transformed her entire department not through formal authority, but through personal example. By consistently demonstrating excellence, optimism, and a solutions-focused mindset, she naturally drew others to her way of working. Within a year, she was formally promoted to team leader, but she had been leading long before the title made it official. Leadership isn't about what you get. It's about who you become and what you give, writes Sharma. By focusing first on developing yourself into someone worth following, you create a foundation for authentic influence that no position or title can provide. Key takeaway: don't wait for a leadership title to start leading. Begin with mastering yourself, and your ability to positively influence others will naturally grow. 7. The power of learning and books. In an age of quick information and digital distraction, Sharma makes a passionate case for deep learning and the transformative power of books. The person who doesn't read is no better off than the person who can't read, he writes. In The Greatness Guide, continuous learning isn't just a nice addition to life, it's presented as essential for anyone serious about growth. Sharma reveals that nearly every exceptional performer he's worked with has been an avid reader and lifelong learner. Many credit certain books with completely changing their trajectory. Yet surprisingly, the average person reads less than one book per year after completing formal education. To harness the power of learning, Sharma suggests: read biographies of great achievers to understand their thinking and patterns. Study the classics in your field to build a strong foundation of knowledge. Read beyond your field to develop creative connections and fresh insights. Apply a learning loop. Read, reflect, apply, and teach what you learn. Create a personal library of books that have impacted you deeply. Sharma shares how he personally reads for at least 30 minutes every day, regardless of how busy his schedule becomes. He calls books mentors you can access any time, and credits much of his success to the wisdom he's gained through reading. One particularly moving story involves a struggling single mother who committed to reading just 15 minutes each night after putting her children to bed. Over time, the knowledge she gained helped her create a successful business that eventually provided financial freedom for her family. Key takeaway: in a world of increasing specialization and complexity, those who learn continuously hold a significant advantage. Make reading and learning a non-negotiable part of your daily life. 8. Fail forward. One of the most liberating messages in The Greatness Guide is Sharma's perspective on failure. Rather than something to be avoided, he presents failure as an essential part of the path to mastery and achievement. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success, Sharma explains. Every setback contains valuable feedback if we're willing to see it. This philosophy stands in stark contrast to our cultural conditioning, which often teaches us to avoid risks and play it safe. But as Sharma points out, the people who try the most things in life are both the ones who fail the most and succeed the most. To develop a healthy relationship with failure, Sharma suggests: reframe failures as experiments. An experiment can't fail. It can only produce results and learning. Fail fast and frequently. The quicker you move through failures, the faster you reach success. Extract the lesson. After every setback, ask, what can I learn from this? Normalize failure. Understand that temporary defeat is the natural price of aiming high. Separate your performance from your identity. Just because an attempt failed doesn't mean you are a failure. Sharma shares the story of an entrepreneur who faced bankruptcy early in his career. Rather than giving up, he meticulously studied what went wrong, applied those lessons to his next venture, and eventually built a multi-million-dollar business. His failure wasn't the end. It was the education he needed for his ultimate success. The more you're willing to fail, Sharma writes, the less likely it is that you'll fail in the long run. Key takeaway: don't let fear of failure hold you back. The most successful people aren't those who avoid failure. They're those who fail forward extracting lessons and growth from every setback. 9. Purpose over pleasure. In a culture often focused on immediate gratification, Sharma offers a powerful counterpoint. True fulfillment comes not from pursuing pleasure, but from pursuing purpose. The purpose of life is a life of purpose, he writes. When we organize our days around meaningful contribution rather than momentary comfort, we tap into a deeper and more sustainable form of happiness. This doesn't mean living a joyless existence, quite the opposite. Sharma explains that pleasure pursued directly often remains elusive, while pleasure that comes as a byproduct of purposeful work tends to be more profound and lasting. To live with greater purpose, Sharma suggests, identify your unique strengths and how they can serve others. Ask regularly, how can I add more value today? Look for ways to solve problems for the people around you. Connect your daily tasks to larger meaning. How does your work improve lives? Create a personal mission statement that clarifies your core values and aims. One powerful story Sharma shares involves a hotel housekeeper. When asked about her job, she didn't describe herself as someone who cleans rooms. Instead, she said, I create spaces where tired travelers can renew themselves. This shift in perspective transformed routine work into meaningful service, and her exceptional performance reflected this deeper purpose. When you're driven by purpose rather than profit or pleasure, Sharma writes, you access reserves of energy, creativity, and resilience that others can't comprehend. Key takeaway: don't chase happiness directly. Instead, organize your life around meaningful contribution, and fulfillment will naturally follow. 10th stand for world class. Throughout the Greatness Guide, Sharma challenges readers to raise their standards in everything they do. Good is the enemy of great, he reminds us. When we settle for good enough, we rob ourselves of the deep satisfaction that comes from excellence. Standing for world-class quality isn't about perfectionism, which is often fear-based and paralyzing. Instead, it's about bringing your absolute best to whatever you do, whether anyone is watching or not. How you do anything is how you do everything, Sharma writes. The person who takes pride in small tasks builds the character required for outstanding achievement in big ones. To develop a standard of excellence, Sharma recommends, define what world-class means in your field or role. Study masters who exemplify excellence in their work. Sweat the small stuff. Details matter. Regularly ask, is this the absolute best I'm capable of? Take the extra step that others aren't willing to take, Sharma shares, how one retail employee transformed his store's performance simply by deciding that every customer interaction would be exceptional. He didn't wait for management to raise standards. He raised his own. Within months, his example had spread throughout the organization, elevating everyone's performance. World-class standards aren't just about external results. They're about who you become in the process of pursuing excellence. The real reward of doing great work, Sharma explains, isn't what you get from it, but who you become through it. Key takeaway: refuse to settle for mediocrity in any area of your life. When you commit to excellence as a standard rather than an occasional event, you enter the realm of the extraordinary. 11. Protect your focus like your life depends on it. In our hyper-connected world, Sharma identifies undisturbed focus as one of our most precious and endangered resources. Your ability to concentrate without distraction will determine your destiny, he writes. Yet most people willingly surrender their attention to a constant barrage of notifications, interruptions, and media. Sharma compares focus to a muscle that strengthens with use and weakens with neglect. In a society that increasingly prizes multitasking and constant connectivity, the ability to focus deeply has become both rare and remarkably valuable. To develop greater focus, Sharma recommends create technology boundaries, specific times when devices are off or away. Work in focused blocks of 60 to 90 minutes without interruption. Develop a one thing at a time philosophy rather than multitasking. Begin each day by identifying your big five, the five most important tasks. Practice regular digital detoxes to reset your attention span. Sharma shares the story of a brilliant executive whose career stalled because of his fragmented attention. By implementing simple focus practices like checking email just twice daily and working in a conference room without his phone for 3 hours each morning, he reclaimed his cognitive capacity and revitalized both his work and well-being. What you focus on expands, Sharma reminds us. When we scatter our attention across dozens of inputs and activities, none receives the concentration required for excellence. Key takeaway: in an age of unprecedented distraction, focus is a superpower. Guard yours vigilantly and deploy it strategically on what matters most. 12. Relationships are everything. While much of the Greatness Guide focuses on personal excellence, Sharma makes it clear that true success is inseparable from healthy relationships. Business is ultimately about relationships, he writes. So is life. No achievement can compensate for failure in the relationships that matter most. According to Sharma, exceptional people understand that how we treat others isn't just a matter of ethics. It directly impacts our results, reputation, and fulfillment. To build stronger relationships, Sharma suggests, be fully present when interacting with others, put away devices, and really listen. Remember names and details that matter to people in your life. Express authentic appreciation regularly and specifically. Keep your promises meticulously, even small ones. Give without expectation of return. Genuine generosity creates lasting bonds. One powerful story involves an executive who transformed his team's performance not through new strategies or systems, but by personally connecting with each team member. By learning about their lives, aspirations, and challenges, he was able to lead in a way that inspired unprecedented engagement and results. The depth of your relationships determines the height of your success, Sharma writes. Even in our increasingly digital world, our human connections remain our most valuable currency. Key takeaway: don't sacrifice relationships on the altar of achievement. The quality of your connections with others will ultimately determine both your impact and your satisfaction. 13. Manage your time. Like a billionaire, time management, in Sharma's view, isn't just a productivity skill. It's a fundamental life skill that determines what you'll achieve and experience. Show me your schedule and I'll show you your values, he writes. How we allocate our time reveals what truly matters to us, regardless of what we claim is important. Sharma observed that the most successful people he worked with weren't just busy, they were strategically busy. They approached time as their most precious resource and protected it accordingly. To manage time like the exceptional, Sharma recommends schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule. Learn to say no to activities that don't align with your goals and values. Batch similar tasks to minimize transition time and mental switching. Create buffer zones around important work to prevent rushing. Distinguish between urgent and important. Focus on the latter. Sharma shares the story of a CEO who transformed his effectiveness by adopting what he called meeting-free Wednesdays, a full day each week dedicated to deep thinking and high-impact work. This simple boundary created space for the strategic thinking that ultimately transformed his company. Most people major in minor things, Sharma observes. We fill our days with busy work while neglecting the few activities that would create the most significant results. Key takeaway: Your time reflects your deepest values in action. Allocate it intentionally to what truly matters and guard it as you would your most valuable possession, because it is. 14. Elevate your communication. Communication skills, according to Sharma, are not soft skills, but power skills that directly impact our ability to lead, connect, and create value. The quality of your communication determines the quality of your life, he writes. How we express ourselves, in writing, speaking, and listening, shapes our relationships, opportunities, and impact. Yet many people never intentionally develop this fundamental ability, assuming that years of talking and writing are sufficient preparation. Sharma challenges this assumption, noting that practice without improvement is just repetition. To communicate at a higher level, Sharma suggests, speak with clarity and concision, fewer words, greater impact. Develop listening as a strategic skill. Seek to understand before being understood. Master the art of powerful questions that open new possibilities. Learn to express disagreement without being disagreeable. Study great communicators and adopt what works for you. One memorable example involves an executive who transformed her influence by adopting a simple practice. Before important conversations, she wrote down the 3 key points she wanted to communicate. This small habit dramatically improved her clarity and impact. Communication isn't just about being understood, Sharma explains. It's about creating possibility through the words you choose and the questions you ask. Key takeaway: few skills will impact your success more than your ability to communicate effectively. Invest in developing this capacity as you would any essential professional skill. 15. Leave a legacy daily. The final major theme in the Greatness Guide centers on legacy, not as something built at the end of life, but something created daily through our choices and actions. Legacy isn't built in a day, but it is built daily, Sharma writes. Every interaction, decision, and piece of work contributes to the impact we leave behind. Instead of viewing legacy as something for the distant future, Sharma encourages us to ask a simple question each morning. What can I do today that would make a positive difference that would outlast me? This legacy-focused mindset transforms how we approach our work, creating products and services of lasting value; relationships, investing in people in ways that help them grow; knowledge, sharing what we've learned rather than hoarding it; resources, using what we have to benefit others; daily choices, living in alignment with our deepest values. Sharma shares the story of a teacher who never became famous or wealthy, yet whose legacy lives on through the thousands of students whose lives she positively influenced. Her daily commitment to excellence and service created a ripple effect that continues long after her retirement. The size of your funeral will depend on the weather, Sharma writes with gentle humor. The size of your legacy depends on how many lives you touched and how many hearts you healed. Key takeaway: don't postpone making a difference. Begin building your legacy today through small acts of excellence, kindness, and service that create lasting positive impact. Conclusion: The Greatness Guide isn't just another self-help book. It's a roadmap for living an extraordinary life on your own terms. Through its 101 compact chapters, Robin Sharma distills wisdom that can transform not just what we achieve, but who we become in the process. The book's central message is both challenging and liberating. Greatness isn't reserved for a special few with rare talents or advantages. It's available to anyone willing to live by certain principles and make certain choices day after day. As we've explored together, these principles include: 1. Owning your potential rather than waiting for permission to be exceptional. 2. Winning your mornings through powerful routines that set up your day for success. 3. becoming so good they can't ignore you by focusing on delivering extraordinary value. 4. Treating your health as wealth, the foundation for sustainable achievement. 5. Creating environments that elevate you rather than drain you. Perhaps most importantly, Sharma reminds us that true greatness isn't measured by fame, wealth, or status. It's measured by the lives we touch, the problems we solve, and the positive difference we make with the time we're given. In a world that often celebrates overnight success and superficial achievement, the Greatness Guide calls us to a deeper kind of excellence, one built on character, contribution, and consistent growth over time. Whether you're just beginning your journey or looking to reach new heights in an established career, this book offers both the inspiration and practical tools to help you become the person you were meant to be and create the life you were meant to live. Remember, greatness isn't a destination you reach once and for all. It's a commitment to bringing your best to each day, regardless of circumstances or recognition. As Sharma writes, greatness isn't about what you achieve, it's about who you become. Call to action. If today's summary lit a fire in your heart and gave you even one idea to grow, then imagine what's coming next. Subscribe to Ladder Up English and join thousands of growth-minded people turning knowledge into action every week. Hit that bell icon and be the first to get summaries that feed your mind and fuel your future. Remember that knowledge without action is just information. Take at least one idea from this summary and apply it today. Your future self will thank you for beginning the journey toward your own greatness, one small step at a time. Until next time, this is Ladder Up English, helping you climb higher with the power of great books. See you in our next summary.